What's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Hot Toys action figure review on the Batman Returns movie masterpiece MMS 293/1/6 scale collectible figure. If you're trying to pick this up, it is available now at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Oh man, I'm very excited to finally have my own Michael Keaton Hot Toys Batman figure. I missed out on the '89 version. Very happy to have this Batman Returns version, as that was my favorite Batman movie from my youth. And so cool seeing the snowy Gotham, you know, reminds me of the snowy New York I just came from. Anyway, on the side it says Batman right over there, and on the back you can see a cool silhouette of the bat ears. I like that. And then on this side it says Batman, and then we get Batman Returns on the top and bottom, and we can do the Hot Toys plop. Come on, Hot Toys. There we go. And then you can lift up over here and you can see all the people responsible for creating the figure, and then you can see the figure right inside right there. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's the Batman out of the packaging, and I'm very happy to have this figure. I like it, but I just mostly like it because it's the Batman Returns Batman, really. The figure is littered with disappointments. There's a lot of things that really bug me about it. The articulation's frustrating to deal with. The accessories, man, there's some really annoying things with these accessories over here, which I'll get into, of course. Now, there is another version of this. The deluxe version comes with the Bruce Wayne. If you want to see a review on that, check out Sean Long's video. He did a review of that not too long ago. I didn't want to get that because I'm not really a big fan of just having, you know, the suited Bruce Wayne. I just wanted the Batman itself. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at Batman. Now, before you take the figure out of the packaging, I highly recommend you look through the directions. There's a lot of little details to note over here, so yeah, you may want to do that. Now, looking at this, we do get the base, which is very nice looking. I like we get the snowy bat logo, you get the Batman plaque right there. We get these two LED lights that show up, and he has the adjustable cradle that moves up and down, which I'm not a big fan of, but in this case, this being a little bit more of a staction figure, you know. And then you have to insert your own 3 Chipotle batteries, and then you just turn the on switch like that, and you can see the lights right over there, which are pretty bright. And we also get all these interchangeable hands. We get a pair of fisted hands, remote control holding hands, relaxed hands. He has the zipline holding hand right over here. Then he has the grapple gun holding hand, and you get this wide open hand right there. You get 3 interchangeable faces, which I'll show off more in great detail in a second. We also get a pair of extra wrist pegs in case you break one. You get this little tool right here that you use for moving his articulated eyes and popping the interchangeable faces in and out. He gets 2 of these little gas bombs right over here. He comes with the signal jammer, which is really cool looking. I like the little attention to detail with the green dot, and it's made out of a translucent red plastic right there, and the button actually functions. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Only thing is that there's like a little extra glue right there. And he comes with this little remote with a little speaker right there. I think that looks great. I'm really happy with that. The bat logo came out looking very nice. And you get the GPS Batarang. Isn't that awesome or what? I think this was very cool. I love that you can see the little screen right over there. I think they did a really good job with this. I really like the Batarang. We also get the zipline piece over here, which is very frustrating to deal with. I actually had to use one of these little nose picking tools that you get from Hot Toys, and I just wedged it right in there and then pushed it out, and I was looking down when it happened, so the arrow just like flew out and never to be seen again. So I don't know where that's going or where that went anyway. And then you get these 2 zip lines right over here that you can plug into it, so you can, you know, plug one going forward, the other one going back, and then he just goes across like that. So you can see how this looks unraveled over here. Yeah, big deal. You just take this little port right there, just plug it right into this piece, and there it goes, and it stays. But yeah, so that looks pretty good, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to have that display set up, especially because his legs aren't very articulated. Then he has a grapple gun, which I love. This is very, very cool. I'm liking that a lot. Detailed out nicely. It doesn't move in and out or anything. It does have this piece that folds in so you could attach it to his utility belt. And the magnetized part of the belt is right there. Yeah, so just like in the movie, it's like, you know, how the pieces just come around like that. I think that's very cool. You could also take the signal jammer and attach it right there as well. Now, one thing I want to note is that when you're putting these hands on and off, when you're switching them out, I recommend you lay the figure downward and then do that, because these spikes right over here and his bat ears are very pointy, and the nose as well. This is a very, very sharp figure. So I tend to bend the elbow, then lay it downward like this, and then I haven't done this on camera before, so we're gonna just go for it. Yeah, see, it's tough. You want to put it in your lap, have it face down, and then attach the hands, but be very careful because it is a very sharp and pointy figure. I think Hot Toys killed it with this face sculpt and the cowl. I really like it a lot. This did fall over once, so I think that's why it has a little bit of white right there on the tip of his nose. Yeah, that's frustrating for me. He's pretty tricky to stand without the base, so I highly recommend you just leave him on the base. But look at the face right over there. To me, that looks very realistic, and I love how the eyes look. You can see his bright blue eyes underneath there, even though it's tricky to see, but yep, you can see his bright blue eyes and that face paint around the eyes too. But yeah, I think the flesh and everything looks very realistic over here. I really like that a lot. Even the little wrinkles around the chin and everything. Then looking at the cowl again, I think this looks really good. I really like this Batman logo right there. Then looking on the back, you can see that he has this little panel that does pop off, and I like these lines right over here. What you want to do is you want to pick it off from the side. There's just a tiny little flap that you just lift this from the side, and you can see it's held together with magnets. And then you get the purse system right in there, so you get the two little pieces, and then you use the tool, and that just plugs into one of them, and you just move it around. And then you could also take the other end of that and just pop it forward so you can see that you can take the face out right there, and then you can put one of these ridiculous facial expressions in there that I absolutely hate. I think this is terrible. What the hell, Hot Toys? What the hell? This was your choice? This is what you decided to go with as an alternate facial expression? And then on top of that, that's not the only one. No. He also comes with butthead face number 2. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. Yeah, there's 2 of these. One with the mouth just slightly more open than the other, but the same facial expression. That is a ridiculous choice. That is terrible. What about all those shots with his teeth cringing while he's driving the Batmobile and the Penguin had control of it, you know? There's tons of facial expressions I could use. Catwoman. I mean, come on, dude. Please let me know in the comments below. Am I tripping here? Is there somebody out there that's like super stoked that we have this option for a Batman figure? I doubt there is. Oh, God. One of the highlights, though, you know, for me going from angry to happy, is the cape. I really like this cape a lot. You get a bendy wire coming through this side, and the directions tell you want to line this up right there and line that up right there. You can tell didn't do a great job of doing that, but I think it's a very strong, durable cape, and it's very large, looks like leather. You know, the inside has this other kind of material fabric feel to it, so I like that a lot. You also get another bendy wire right in here too, but not on the very back one. So the first 2 have bendy wires, which is really cool. I like this. And then there's a way to display this, so if you get his arms tilted back like that and then move them outward, like you can actually fold the cape around. You have to like move the arm all the way out, but there's a way where you can like fold the cape all the way around so it looks like he's doing his wingspan, as you can see in this picture right here. And I was really happy with that. I might leave mine displayed just like that because I thought it was cool, because in the movie he does use the paracape and everything. And it would have been cool if they attached that big old, that hunky one that had like the thumbs on it, you know, that big plastic thing. And going back to the material that they used for the rest of the body, I kind of have this love-hate relationship with it. Like, I like that it's very durable, and it has these wrinkles sculpted in here, so it doesn't feel like anything got ruined or anything. And I was able to leave this with its double jointed elbows for a while, so it is strong. It's just limiting the articulation a lot, and that's where it really bothers me. Another thing that's kind of annoying is that when you first open this up, it has this little tissue paper thing underneath the utility belt, and then taking that off and putting it back on is just a little frustrating. You have to dig your finger like in between the body and the utility belt and pinch it together, you know. There's not a whole lot else to say about the rest of his outfit, you know. It's pretty solid. It looks, you know, dead on like Batman Returns, Michael Keaton Batman. I really like it. And then looking on the back right here, not a whole lot going on except for the bat butt. Now for articulation, it is frustrating. I feel like Hot Toys has taken this route where, well, if the head couldn't churn in the movie, why are we going to make the action figure's head churn, you know? And I think that kind of sucks, to be honest with you. So can move back a little bit. You do get that much motion forward and back, so at least you get that. As far as side to side goes, you don't get anything. I mean, you're supposed to pop this off so you could, you know, put the cape on, but yeah, you're not really going to get much side to side movement at all, or any head pivot, so you mostly get leaning forward and leaning back. You do get the articulated cape, as I already explained. Now the shoulders move outward that much. He kind of has an armpit joint in there. He does have an armpit joint in there. He can move his arms forward. Ouch! So you just stabbed myself with that little piece. It moves forward that much. You do get bicep rotation in there. You kind of have to like remember where you left the figure, keep track of it, you know what I mean? Or else those joints will just get lost underneath that rubber body. Anyway, you get the double jointed elbows. Those move all the way in. And then you get the wrists that turn side to side and they hinge up and down. As far as the diaphragm joint goes, he does crunch a bit forward, but it just springs right back into place. Yeah, and then moving back, he actually stays backward. You can see the wrinkles are staying right over there. And he barely turns side to side. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say he does not turn side to side at all. I mean, the joint is in there. The rubber suit's just holding it back. And then you get these very restricted hip joints as well. These don't really move out that good. I mean, yeah, it's like you can have one leg moving outward, and then the other one, what's that? Oh wee, oh wee, oh. I can't remember the name of that. Was that the electric slide? I can't remember the name of that dance move. But anyway, he can kick forward, and he can move back a little bit, but that's as far forward as he can move, really. He does have upper thigh rotation right there. He has double jointed knees, but it just makes a 90-degree bend. And the directions say he has ankle pivot. I mean, you could turn him side to side, but as far as ankle pivot goes, it's not there. This is just one solid piece. I do like that you can see the bat logo in there, though. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the ankle pivot is non-existent, as well as moving forward and back. This is a 1/6 scale figure, and I see Batman's ears are going up to about the 13.5-inch mark. And then here's our Michael Keaton Batman next to our Christopher Reeve Superman, and this is the money shot for me. This is what I've wanted this whole time. Thank you so much, Sean Long. I still love this Superman figure, one of my favorite Hot Toys to date, and I just think this looks awesome. Finally having these two side by side. Yeah, suck it, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually very excited for the Batman v Superman movie. And then here's our Hot Toys Batman Returns Batman next to the NECA Toys 89 Batman, and I just still think this is my favorite design aside from the Ben Affleck Batsuit. I think that one's the better looking one out of all of them. And then here's Batman next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Really, dude? Eat floor? Come on, man. Just leave the quips to me, okay? What are you doing? Then here he is with the wingspan out again. I didn't do as good of a job as I had done earlier, but I'm still very happy that we can do this, and I also really like that the cape is very durable. I'm sure those spikes on his gauntlets have actually popped through the cape a few times, but it hasn't left any huge gaping holes, so I'm very happy with that. My biggest complaint with this figure are the stupid interchangeable faces. Like, really? Two of these. But other than that, I do like it, and I'm very happy to have him displayed with my Christopher Reeve Superman, and I hope you guys are very happy with my review. If you are, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right over there. I finally posted my review on the Deadpool movie, so if you want to see that review, go ahead and click the button right over there. And if you want to see my review on the Captain America Civil War 2.5-inch figures, I did a review on those right over there. And don't forget, if you want to support this YouTube channel and keep the videos coming, please support the Patreon account. And if you want to see a photo gallery of images from this review, go to toynewseye.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Now I think